think he committed suicide?
Nah, I don't believe that.
So,
I don't believe he killed himself.
So what do you believe? Because you hired an investigator?
Yeah, I hired investigators for it because I didn't believe, like, for Tiffany.
Excuse us. Make way, please.
Chris Lighty's death is labeled a suicide.
Right.
I can't live with that.
I can't fathom that because this is the first I seen. You see, Nori, this is the first that was somebody. So I could never, ever see Chris doing something to himself.
That's true. So your family feel you should do the investigation?
No question.
Okay, why is that?
I just feel that there's a lot of unanswered questions. And I need answers.
You need answers?
Yeah.
You don't feel like he took his own life?
50 Cent recently dropped shocking new information from Chris Lighty's autopsy report, providing proof that links Diddy to Chris's mysterious death. After hiring a new private investigator, 50 uncovered that Diddy threw a bizarre ritual. Party during Chris's funeral? Instead of asking for a moment of silence, Diddy urged the crowd to make noise, a move many found disrespectful and even demonic. This is why 50 Cent is determined to uncover the truth once and for all. Chris Lighty wasn't just a legendary music executive at Def Jam. It was like family to 50 Cent. And 50 never believed the official story that Chris took his own life.
The man who helped guide my career, both through the valleys and over the mountaintops, was gone.
50 Cent hired a private investigator to dig deeper into the real circumstances surrounding Chris Lighty's death. This time, 50 is focused on exposing Diddy's possible involvement.
Sources confirmed to me that at the request of Chris Lighty's grieving mother, superstar artist 50 Cent has brought in a high-powered team to investigate the hip-hop mogul's death. Lighty managed the careers of superstars like 50 Cent and Diddy and orchestrated multi-million-dollar deals. But many of those who knew him still can't believe it was a suicide, as ruled by the New York City medical examiner. Former New York City medical examiner Dr. Michael Baden was called in by the family for a second autopsy.
In my opinion, the cause of death, clear as a gunshot wound to the head. The manner of death, accident, homicide, still is pending till all those tests.
Chris's name came up unexpectedly during Diddy's RICO trial, but the mainstream media largely ignored it. Diddy's former assistant, Capricorn Clark, testified that she was fired after witnessing Diddy attack Cassie and blow up Kid Cody's car. After her firing, Capricorn was hired by Chris Lighty to work for 50 Cent. However, she revealed that Chris died the day before she was supposed to start working. When questioned further, Diddy's lawyer objected multiple times, indicating sensitivity. Around the topic, officially, Chris was found dead on August 30th, 2012, with a gunshot wound to the head, and the media quickly reported it as a self-inflicted death. Some speculated Chris was depressed due to IRS debt or personal issues, but those close to him, including 50 Cent, strongly refuted these claims. In interviews, 50 confirmed Chris was financially stable and denied the suicide narrative.
Chris basically managed you your whole career.
Yeah.
Chris managed me basically my whole career. I'm sorry to ask this question, but we're going to both ask this question. Do you think he committed suicide?
I don't believe that. He got money, but it was tied in the investments that he would have lost. He would have had penalties if he pulled out before the time period. So I said, I give you $1 million and you just give it back to me. You know, when the thing is like on the time periods, like we'll make periods and he said, all right, cool. He didn't even ask. I said, I give it to you because it didn't make sense for me to we make too much money together for you to be under those. I'm not sure you're going to work the same. Right. If you got that type of pressure on you. This is going to skip you miss it. They didn't miss no family vacations, no nothing.
All right.
Everything's happening the way it would happen at any other point. So the crazy part is at the time that I'm actually getting the phone call from him, is me telling him, look, he's saying, yo, that's already dealt with. Because like time went by,
He's talking about what is it? When you say this?
He gave me back the $1 million, Lord.
Oh, he gave you back.
So the money that I had loaned him, the $1 million, at the time that right before he passed away, it's us having a conversation like, yo, talk to your people because all that money, I did that. That's dope. It's all back now. So tell
And
me,
what amount of time is that? Like
that was
2 weeks later?
Nah, it's an 8-month time period.
Okay.
But in the 8-month time,
He gave it with the profit?
he put the money back, the $1 million back. So he said, "Yo, that's back. So why the you talking about financial?"
A source close to Chris confirmed to Fox 5 that just before his sudden death, Chris had finalized a deal for 50 Cent to go on a world tour.
Also tell me that Lighty was not deep in a bottomless financial hole and that he had just secured a world tour for 50 Cent for next year, which would have brought him millions of dollars.
The theory that Chris took his own life because of divorce issues was also debunked. Veronica Lighty, Chris's wife, denied any recent arguments, and Chris's family also rejected the suicide claim. His brother, Dave Lighty, publicly stated that the rumors of foul play were justified.
There's been a lot of rumors and things swirling around your brother's death. I'm not even going to ask you about that. Okay?
Well, the rumors are justified.
They're justified?
I believe.
Dave Lighty further revealed that the family was conducting their own investigation, believing the police closed the case too quickly without proper scrutiny.
One of the things that people have been talking about is an investigation that's going on. Is that true?
Definitely.
That's true, so your family feel you should do the investigation?
No question.
Okay, why is that?
I just feel like there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I need answers.
You need answers?
Yeah.
You don't feel like he took his own life?
Nah. You know, I was with my brother almost every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, till the last couple of months because I was going to school. So that's not my brother.
That's not in his
DNA. Not my brother. I know we were all going through stressful times. Everybody was. Shit, the economy is terrible right now. But at the same time, man, Chris was a go-getter, the ultimate non-stopping machine.
Yeah.
And that's just not something that I would see him putting upon the rest of us and everybody that he knows. That looks up.
Chris's cousin, Ab, also expressed disbelief that Chris would take his own life, questioning if the NYPD mishandled the case. AB pointed out there was no suicide note and that Chris was in a positive mood leading up to his death. This is when 50 Cent hired private investigator Les Levine to take a closer look. Chris had been a guiding figure for 50 throughout his career, and 50's pain was evident when describing the moment he learned of Chris's death.
August 30th, 2012, I was in my office working on a promo plan for New Day, a track I just done with Alicia Keys, when I received an urgent phone call from a friend. He had devastating news. Chris Lighty, my longtime friend and manager, was dead. I had been standing in the middle of a bustling office, but when I heard the words "Chris is dead," it was like the noise around me suddenly turned off. "I can't believe I just heard you say those words to me," I told my friend. "Say it again so I'm sure I'm hearing you right." But there was no miscommunication, no mistake. Chris Lighty, the man who helped guide my career, both through the valleys and over the mountaintops, was gone. Even more devastatingly, I was being told that he had shot himself. That Chris Lighty, one of the smartest, most self-assured, and most motivated people I'd ever met, had decided to take his own life. To this day, it doesn't feel...
Chris wasn't just a business associate. He was a mentor and friend to 50 Cent from the very early days of his career. Starting in the late 1990s, when Violator Management, led by Chris, managed major artists. Given their close relationship, 50's suspicions about Diddy's involvement run deep. Investigator Les Levine concluded that Chris did not kill himself, stating that Chris had many options and no reason to end his life over money or marriage. 50 Cent echoed this sentiment, confirming Chris had just signed a $4 million tour deal with him. Other industry figures like Tony Yayo have also voiced skepticism about the official story.
Lighty's death is labeled a suicide.
Right.
I can't live with that.
I can't fathom that because this is the first I seen with the G-Wagon. This the first I seen get fly. You know what I'm saying? This the first where we used to come to Violator. That's when it was, they had Buster, they had Diddy, they had Foxy. I'm coming there, you see Freeway, you see Nori. This is the first that was somebody. So I could never ever see Chris doing something to himself. And he's always gonna get money because when it comes to that G-Unit brand and that 50 brand, Chris Lighty and Violator play a major part in that.
Rapper Papoose referenced Chris's death on his track 2012 Obituary, calling out the lies surrounding the cause of death. Meanwhile, Chris's family commissioned a second autopsy, but the results were never made public, raising questions about potential cover-ups. Many speculate that Diddy used his influence to manipulate law enforcement and suppress evidence. The day after Chris's death, Diddy threw a lavish party, dubbed the sexiest party in the city, where instead of a moment of silence, he instructed guests to make noise, a tribute many found inappropriate and suspicious. Furthermore, Diddy wore a shirt featuring the Star of Ishtar, an ancient symbol tied to rituals, sacrifice, and occult practices, fueling rumors of dark rituals linked to Chris's death.
According to a former bodyguard, that while on the way to receive the verdict back for this 1999 club shooting case, so, years ago, decades ago at this point, but Diddy allegedly made a pit stop in Central Park. He met a man, and they allegedly took part in some sort of ritualistic killing that was supposed to bring him good.
The timing of Chris's death, combined with Diddy's strange behavior and obsession with destroying 50 Cent, makes the situation even more sinister. The Star of Ishtar on Diddy's shirt at the tribute party is significant. It is a symbol associated with elite initiation, sacrifice, and occult power, and is famously featured in media like Eyes Wide Shut. Diddy is rumored to have been involved in occult rituals and even animal sacrifice, according to his former bodyguard Gene Deal, who claimed these ceremonies coincided with birthdays of people close to Diddy who died under suspicious circumstances. The pieces all seem to line up, raising serious questions about what really happened to Chris Lighty.
He had almost told off on himself when he spoke about the winter solstice. And that's when the pagans and people who believe in the cult was looking for that moon on 12/12 at 12 a.m. And they were doing spiritual rituals at that time. That's when that was going to be the last day of the full moon. And that means that the seasons and all that stuff has changed. But when you get into that spiritual realm stuff, it was when people they went and they paid homage to certain sacrifices and homage to certain idols. And on the third day, they would drink, party, be merry, and the men would have sex with each other. If you don't believe it, look it up for yourself. It was the last day of the full moon. And because it landed on 12/12 at 12, that's when ritual sacrifices and prayers and everything was given to certain idols. And on the third day, they drank, they be merry and be happy, and the men would give gifts to each other and have sex with each other. So it was bigger than that. And he gave his day on my man's birthday. 3 days after the full moon, 3 days after the last moon, on 12/12, 12 a.m.